Okay. So, good evening, everyone. If you're able to hear my voice, just say yes into the chat. Okay. Good. Fantastic. Okay. So, yes, very good evening. So, today, as we're able to see the title, the project planning and the scheduling. Very good evening, everyone. Let's see what exactly we are going to explore into this particular topic, right? Project planning and scheduling. So, the first session will be on introduction to the site layout management that we are going to see in today's session, right? So in that we will be taking care of the three P's of our construction industry, then the basic intro of the construction site management, the role and responsibilities of a construction manager, right? How should be his approach? Then we will move to the main element, that is the site planning approaches. Okay, what is the present practices we are going through, and how to select the temporary facilities, right? So we will also see the mathematical formula, how exactly we can select the area for the temporary facilities, what is the temporary facilities, all that elements we are going to learn in today's element. And at the end, we will see a small case study to get a element of like how exactly the site layout planning need to be taken care of, right? With the help of small case study. Then once we understand the basic concept, because the site layout is the very important thing which you need to do at the very initial stage in the plan, right? Because without doing the site layout, you're not able to do anything. Right? Site layout means whenever we are starting any kind of a greenfield project. Okay. So first I need to decide now where exactly I'm going to uh, have my building, where exactly the cutting bending yard, material storage yard, entrance, exit, batching plant. Right? I need to decide the location. I need to decide the layout of different elements. So that will be the first thing we need to do in the planning. So that we will do in the today's session. Then, after understanding the basic concept of site layout planning, how exactly we are able to do, we will try to see uh, like a case study base. The next session will be on a completely on a case study basis, in which with the example of like two case studies, we will try to able to put some hands-on experience, how exactly we are able to do the site layout. Right. How exactly? Means like in one case, I'm going to make a solve here, and for the next case, like you will be solving, you're trying to solve your own hand. Definitely, I'm going to tell you how to do that, how the elements, what is the scientific way of doing the site layout planning. So we will doing hands to hand. So next session, you will be having a like paper, pencil, and pen you need to carry out so that we can able to do in the live session. Then the next third session will be on the project planning. So in project planning, we will try to first understand the basic concepts of project life cycle, right? Then the triple constraint, project management triangle. Then we will move to the project planning basic, and we will try to solve a case study, right? In which we will be do the project planning for a small, like we will take a just till some part of the project, right? For example, if we talk of for a planning for a building, so we'll try to take something like till a plinth level so that we are able to understand the complete cycle, because the project planning of whole building is not able to possible in that stimulated time. But yeah, we will try to take out till some activity so that once we are able to understand a cycle, we are able to do a for a larger prospect, not a issue. Right? So we will try to do that is project planning without using any kind of a the software. Like we are having a lot of software like MSP, Primavera, Candy, right? So there are a lot of software we are having for the project planning, but in that not possible or not feasible for all the stakeholders. Means maybe some of the medium scale or high scale companies are using, but it may be not possible that every site is having that project planning software, right? But yes, definitely everyone is going to have that Excel. So how exactly I'm able to do the project planning in the Excel? That we will try to take care into the third session. Then the fourth session will be on construction material management, right? In that, we will be trying to understand the material management need into the project planning, different professionals involved into the project planning. Then store inventory we will try to take care of it. Then stacking and storing of the construction material into the site, and that we will try to take care with a small case study in the terms of project planning, right? How exactly that can be impactful to understand the material in the terms of the planning prospect, like how much it plays a bigger role, that we will try to understand into our fourth session. Okay, now till now everyone is uh, clear what exactly we are going to do into this element. Just let me know if anyone is having any doubt, or we can move to the next. Everyone is clear what exactly we are going to do, or anyone is having any concerns, just let me know so that we can betterment, we'll try to do the betterment of the upcoming sessions. Can you move to the next? Or everyone is with me? Okay, fine. Okay. Now, before we move to the element, like before we understand the basic concept, like can anyone uh, try to tell me in a very, very simple way, like what may be the project management, whatever you understand. Whatever you understand by construction management, what may be the difference between construction management and a project management? In a nutshell, whatever you understood. Okay, leading the team to achieve the goal. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Good enough. So what I understand is like basic things are clear. Uh, okay, fine. Good enough. Good enough. Fantastic. Now, let's try to understand. Like, if I need to tell in a very, very simple term, what is the difference between construction management, project management? We will try to understand that with respect to the three P's of our construction industry, right? So let's see first that three P's, then we will try to understand what is the difference between them. Now, when we talk about the three P of our construction industry, I think there is a small format difference, but that we can understand because of the loading. So the first, like three elements, which what the three P which we want to tell, that is the project, program, and the portfolio, right? So now let's try to see what exactly that element means. So everyone understands that project means the site, definitely, right? Individual site is known as a project. But can anyone want to tell, anyone can to pitch what you understand by a program in our construction industry? The program of our construction industry, anyone try to put it upon? Or if anyone knows what is a portfolio, that you can also pitch it upon. Just try like what may be the program, mini projects. Okay, fantastic, Avinash. Good. Okay, fantastic. Projects are a singular activities. Good enough. Okay, so let's see what exactly that element is. Project maybe I think it is clear with everyone. Program is a collection of the project. Okay, fantastic. Good one. Good one, Jason. Okay. In portfolio is a combination of programs. Okay, good enough. Fantastic. Now let's try to understand if I'm talking about a project, right? So I can say bunch of people trying to make something together. That is a project in a very simple terms. On the in the terms of the PMI, according to the definition of the PMI, if you want to talk it about, so I can say it is a temporary effort undertaken to create a unique product or a surface, right? Which is having a specific objective and having a definite start and the end time. That is basically the project. So we understand leading to the completion of the project. Fantastic. Good one. So I can understand like project is a temporary effort undertaken to a unique product, right? Because every project is different, irrespective it's a residential of maybe of similar scale, but still it may having a lot of different elements. Even if I'm going to keep the working drawing also as the same, but as per the need or as per the client need, it may be have some kind of a variation upon. So it may be having a unique element which is having a start date and a end date. So that is basically in a very simple terms, it is a project. Now, a very important element is there which we need to understand is uh, like who runs the project, right? So definitely the project manager or I can say the construction manager runs the project, right? Now, what is the role of the construction manager? So we can able to understand the better the role of the construction manager. If I want to give a very simple example, just take a case of football. Okay, so if I'm going to tell you, football is a game of a stamina, complete a good stamina, right? Athlete, you should have a very good athlete, have a lot of stamina so that he are able to run it for 90 minutes, right? So now, if I'm going to tell you, so I'm going to give a good uh, athletes, very energetic athletes, right? So can you make a winning team of football? You can say yes, sir. I can give a try, right? Definitely. Irrespective, you are going to have a very best athletes of the world. That will be a best athletes of the world, right? Very energetic, very antho player. But still, for making a winning team, you required a coach. Right? Why you required a coach? Because there should be someone who's going to divide the responsibilities, who's going to understand what is your best in, need to give you the job according to that in which you're best in. Right? Sometimes if you're not able to perform as per the level, he may shout you, scold you, right? He's the eligible, like he's going to take care of your potential and give the similar kind of a job profile to you in a very simple sense, right? That is the basic role of the coach. So he's going to take care that everyone is working in a team. He's having a bigger picture, like pushing the team forward to do their best, right? Focused on the mission. So these are the roles played by the coach in a football team, right? But the similar way, the coach played a role into the football team. Similar, a construction manager played into our side. Right? Irrespective, I am having the best. civil engineers or architects or frontline engineers of the world, their performance, like their overall performance will be do better in the productivity when we are going to have a good construction manager into the site. So that construction manager is basically the person who's going to move the project forward in a very smooth way, who's going to take care of everything in all the bigger aspects. Okay. Now, if I'm talking about a program, so project is very understood, very simple. Now, when I'm talking about a program, now as you're able to see the diagram below, lower side, right? So I'm able to see program is a top and project is on a lower side. So, and even I'm able to see one project is one program, or sometimes two projects are shown in one program in the diagram. They're showing it, right? So I can say collection of projects, right? Share one big common goal, right? Now, what exactly that means is, so now we're going to understand in a very, very simple way, but let's try to see what the PMI put the statement about that. So they are saying a group of projects managed in a coordinated manner, managed in a coordinated manner to obtain a benefit not available from managing them the individual. Means, for example, just take a case. If a developer, right? If a developer is having around three projects into particular city, right? He's having a three projects, not exactly very close to the proximity, but in a range of like 8 to 10, 8 to 12 kilometers, right? Within the same city. Now, there may be possibility because the all the three projects belong to the one developer only. That the construction company is the same. There may be a different construction manager for every project. Yes. There may be a different teams. Yes, true. There will be different team. There will be different finance. No doubt in that, right? But as all the three projects belonging to the same developer or a same company, right? There are a lot of things are there which they can take the benefit of each other if they have been managed overall. Now, what is managed overall? Let's try to understand with a very simple example. The three projects which they are having into the same city, one project is in the stage of excavation. Now only the excavation activity is going on. In one project, the complete building RCC has been done. Now the finishing work is going on. And the third project is there, which is like just take a case of somewhere into 50% of the project has been done. Right? Now, as we are able to understand, the project which is in the excavation stage, right? So as soon as it is going to go above the ground level, more form work is going to require because RCC main RCC work is going to start at the like above the plinth level. So that time main like we can say form work is going to require. So that time the company should go for a new buy of the material. No, because there is already a one project in which maximum work of the form work has been done because all the RCC work has been done in the third project, right? So that material can be shifted into that site. Then may become some kind of expertise work. I can shift my resources because any reason of any particular site, if any kind of a financial issues are there, even I can mobilize my finance from one side to another side because the whole three projects are coming into the same ownership. So now that is the program. Now you're able to understand collection of projects share one big common goal. Okay? That means the sum of the leverages which I can take care if I'm going to have that club of the project into under the category of a program. Like benefits like I can say you can mobilize your funds, right? You can do the cross organization roadmap, right? You can make sure that availability of the resources in the terms of the labor you can talk about, frontline engineers, managers you can talk about, even materials you can talk about, right? And ensure that the program level goals are achieved. Okay, so everyone is clear with the program. Similar with the third part is the portfolio. Now, as we are able to see in the diagram, the portfolio is at the top. So portfolio is again consist of a program and program again is consist of the project. So what is a portfolio now? Portfolio is like it is a collection of program and the project both to achieve a strategic objective of the company. To achieve a strategic objective of the company. Now, what is the strategic objective? Every company having some kind of a vision to carry out, right? Just take a case of, let's take a very simple example. Uh, if any particular construction company have a target of uh, achieving, right now they may be having a 500 plus of turnover, right? Now within the next 5 years they want to make a turnover of double. They want to go for 1,000 crore of a turnover, right? Now the challenge is how they can able to take care of it, right? So they're saying like, if you want to completely make our turnover double within the next 5 years, so that is the strategic objective. So to achieve that strategic objective, they said like, uh, we need to take care of not only by doing the residential project, even we need to enter into the infrastructure project, because infrastructure project is having a much more higher budgets, right? Much more higher cost. So they're able to make a much more of overturn, like turn value. So that's why they are going to enter into the infrastructure project so that they're able to achieve their strategic objective. Now try to understand in a very simple way. Irrespective if I'm talking about any top company of the India or it may be of the world, they're the top company, right? They may be having a very big resources in the terms of human resource you talk about, in the terms of machine resource you talk about, but still they may be the number one in the world or they're having a very huge turnover. Still, that doesn't mean they can take care of all the projects. Like, did they going to take any kind of a projects? Because like they're having a huge resources, so they can take any projects? No, it is not possible. Why? Why the top companies or why they are not able to take every project? Because they need to understand their limitations. They need to understand, irrespective, they are number one in the world, but they can't take the project. They need to move as per their strategic objective. So how they have prepared their portfolio, what is their target? According to that, they are going to take care of the portfolio. And the way portfolio has been formed, that will be taken care of the program, and program will be taken care of the project, right? So this, if I'm going to talk about according to PMI, so project, program, and other portfolios are a operation managed of a group to achieve a strategic objective of the firm. Okay, means organization need to decide which projects are right one and how many projects can be done like very optimally by utilizing their resources, right? So basically the portfolio is answering your, are we doing the right projects? That is basically the final answer of my portfolio. Sorted. Now the element is, till now everyone is clear with the project, program, and portfolio. Just let me know if you're having any doubt. Anyone is having any doubt? Like, because I'm going to give an example. Like if you have a small glitch or so, anything you're able to not yet understand, we will try to see one example so that any doubt will be sorted out. Okay, fine. Now let's see a simple example. I will be taking an example of L&T construction. Just take a case of. Okay. So if I'm talking about a portfolio, right? So L&T construction, that is a larger and turbo. So L&T construction having a five verticals: the airport, IT, health and leisure, residential building, and the factories. So these are the portfolios they're having, right? So this portfolio, for example, let me take a example of a residential building. So just take a case of, now I have taken a particular city in which the L&T's residential building projects has been mapped into the Google map. Okay. Now this the whole residential buildings of that particular regions, right? They are the program. They are the program, and individual project, if I'm talking about like individual mark of the site into the map, is the project. Okay, so that is the project. The cluster of all the residential building is a program, and these programs are the part of their portfolios. Okay, fine. Now let's move to our base question. What was the base question? The base question was, what is the difference between construction management and the project management? Now we are able to understand when I'm talking about a project management. So they are able to take care, they are the components of all the three P: portfolio, program, and the project. Right? So when I'm talking about project management, they are taking care of the all the three P. Means project management is also going to take care of the site, even the cluster level, even the high level management. And on the other hand, when I'm talking about a construction management, so construction management will be only focused on the project work, site work. That is basically the construction management. Okay. So when I'm talking about a construction site management, right? So I can say managing of the construction project with the available resources like material resources, labor resources, equipment resources, capital, right? To deal with the regulations as well as coordinating with the various stakeholders, right? So if I'm talking about construction management, I can say this is having like around five main pillars, right? The scope, material, time, cost, and the quality. Now, when we talk about like construction manager, right? So we need to understand what is the basic qualities we require to become a good site manager. That definitely, if I'm talking about the what kind of attitude they should be having, right? So they should be having a, a smart heart, like they need to be hard worker as well as they need to be a smart worker, right? If I'm talking about education qualification required, so for becoming a construction manager, any bachelor's degree or relevant experience in the industry is going to work upon. If I'm saying bachelor's degree, that doesn't mean if you're going to know I have a diploma degree, you're not able to become a construction management. It's not like that. Even a diploma holder can be also become a construction manager, but little bit more time will be taken to that. For example, I will give you one example. If you talk about L&T construction, right? The MD and CEO who has like recently taken a retirement, that is the AM Nayak sir. So he is a diploma holder, diploma in civil engineering. That and he is the like MD and CEO for like 3 decades for the India's largest construction company, that is a Larsen and Toubro. So he's a diploma holder, right? Necessary skill set required is the management and the communication and interpersonal skills are required. Okay. Now the eligibility criteria, the person should have a information and knowledge of the industry and enrich work experience. That is definitely going to help you around to achieve the goal to become a construction manager of your particular site. Okay. Now let's move to the most important element, that is the site layout planning. Okay. So before we move to site layout planning, everyone is clear with that, whatever we have discussed till now. Just let me know if you have any doubt. Clear? Sorted? Okay. Okay. Fantastic. Now let's move to the site layout planning. Now, when I'm talking about a site layout planning, right? So, okay, more light on project manager. Okay, now let's try to put it around in that particular form. If I'm talking about in a very simple in a very simple sense, I will try to talk about, right? So when I'm talking about a construction management, na, so taking care of the site activities, taking care of my labor management, productivity management, site progress, right? Planning of my project, everything, rules and regulation, local amendments, local norms, taking care of the local concerns, all these things come under the category of the construction management. So basically, the persons who are doing the work into the site, into particular project, they are doing the construction management. To take care of that activities, we need to do the construction management. But when I'm talking about a project management, right, it is having a little bit of bigger prospect, bigger approach. Now the project management also need to take care of the site level work. He need to trace, he need to track it down, like how much progress is going on into the different individual projects. Even they need to do a work of cluster level. Maximum, many times you have seen a medium-sized company or a big companies having a cluster management, or we can say the cluster level office, or sometimes you also call as a headquarters. Right? So for any particular cities, when we are having a 4 5 projects, so there will be headquarters. So they're acting as a cluster work. Right? Sometimes it may be into the state, or somewhere it may into the cities. Right? So the person who are sitting into the cluster or headquarters, so they only not going to take care of any particular project only, but they will be taking care of the multiple projects. Right? They try to track down each project progress. Wherever the material required, they're going to shift it. Resources required, shift it. Finance, they're going to track it down. Everything. Right? So they are also the part of the project management. Even the project manager is going to take care of my site progress also, and even the higher management. Right? Because portfolio is the vision of your company or the strategic objective of your company. So project management is going to take care of all the 3P elements in a overall. And when I'm talking about a construction management, that will be only focused on my site oriented job. Okay. Little bit clarity got it, Johnson, or you want in different forms? Okay, fine. Now when I'm talking about a site layout planning, okay. So there is the one very important thing which we need to understand. The first is uh, whenever we are moving to any kind of a greenfield project, there may be two types of projects only: brownfield project, greenfield project. Brownfield project means there is already many things into the site, right? It may be expansion job, or it may be a phase two project. Okay. It may be a phase two project, or it may be expansion, like extension of the project, right, or expansion of the project. So that is a brownfield project. Greenfield project means the site is barren land, right? You are going to start with the scrap. So that is a greenfield project. So whenever I'm talking about a greenfield project, okay, in a bigger scale, in a infrastructure projects, or even into the big integrated township projects or residential projects in a barren land, right? The first and the most important thing which you need to take care of is the site layout planning. Right? Site layout planning means when it is completely a barren land, right? You may be having a working drawing for a reference, but that is into the drawing paper. You need to put around these things into your site. So for that, you need to decide where exactly my project is going to come. Where will be the entrance gate? Where will be the security person? Where will the material stacking will be there? Where will the store will be there? Batching plant, quality lab, containers, labor colony, engineers cabin, sales office, client office, cutting bending at where exactly the different element is there. I can't put it somewhere around randomly. If I can put it around, but that is not going to give me proper good productivity. And in future, I may need to shift it upon again, because there may be phase three here, there, or whatever, something like that. Right? So to avoid such kind of a reworks, redo, loss of the productivity, making the safe site unsafe, I can better do the site layout planning properly. That is the first most important thing which I need to do in the project planning. Okay. Now let's see, when I'm doing a project planning, what are the things I need to take care of? Okay. So the first, what happen if like project planning or the site planning is not done appropriately? So if it is not done appropriately, it may lead to the time loss. Even the cost overrun can be happen. If I am able to do a site layout planning appropriately, it is going to minimize my travel time, waiting time of my vehicles, increasing the morale of my labors, like showing better and the safe work environment into my site. So when I'm going for a site planning out or site layout planning, so there is maybe two approaches. Right? One is optimization and second is heuristic approach. Right? Optimization means mathematical optimization, right, which produce the optimal solution. Right? And when I'm talking about a heuristic approach, that produces a good but not a optimal solution. Now, what you understand? Both are looks like same, sir. What is the difference between? Right? Now, try to understand it. When I'm saying optimal solution means that is mathematically best, right? And when I'm talking about heuristic approach, that is a practically best. Now, let's try to understand with an example so that our things will be clear. Okay. Now, see the left hand side image. Now there is a building which has shown with the hash. Okay. So there is a dotted line showing in across. No, so this is like a compound wall. Okay. So road is there on the right hand side. When I'm seeing in the front of the building, so there is a material stacking space is there. So there is some kind of a materials already stacked. In the right hand side, they're having a cutting bending yard. Okay. Even the road is in the front and even in the right hand side. Now the concern, what is the concern you're having? I need to go with the cement storage yard. I need to make a cement storage yard. Now, what are the options I may be having? I can put the cement storage yard on the which I marked as a one. I have marked the location as a one, na? So that I can put it around my cement storage yard. Okay. Even I have shown two and three. I can put the cement storage yard there also. Even I have marked the four. Right. So if I'm talking about a distance from the face of the building, for the one, it is the distance is 5 meter. For 2 and 3, the distance is 9 meter, and for 4, the distance is 6 meter. If I'm going to follow the mathematical approach or the optimal approach, right? So according to that, so the least dimension is the location one. I can put it about the location one. But if I'm going to see the heuristic approach, I understand if I'm going to put the cement storage on the location one, it is almost going to block my vision. There will be a very small gap to go for my batching plant, sorry, to go for my transit mixer or to go my heavy machinery scan. And so it will be very congestion, right? So I don't want to block that element at that particular moment. So in that particular case, I will not go with the optimization approach, but the heuristic approach. In that, I'm going to select the location 4, even which is having a 1 meter away than the location 4, but I'm unable to understand. I'm going to put there a weighing machine, sorry, winch machine to carry out the materials. So I will be put at cement is like little bit of huge, heavy. So I'm going to put the cement storage on the location 4. Clear? So that is the way I need to decide upon. Now the question may be arise to your mind, sir, how I can decide which approach I need to go? Like I need to go for a optimization approach or a heuristic approach. How I can decide it? Now you need to decide it. Like for example, if your site is big, larger in the area, spread it, you will be trying to take care of the optimization approach. Okay? But if you are working on a site which is a compact, which is in a cosmopolitan city or metropolitan city, or where the FSI floor space index is more, right? Means the building is high rise. So when your building is going high rise, the area is very less at the low, and the activities are more. So at that time, when the area is restricted, that time you can go for a heuristic approach. Clear? So everyone is clear till now. Just let me know if you have any doubts. Anyone have any doubt till now?